Right, so that's it. Got a nice little delivery. Red pipe, absolutely beautiful. I believe that goes there. It's absolutely massive. Jesus. Pod filter, Airtec, go on, up the boy. And then you've got your heat shield, little nut here, little thing. Don't quite know what that does. And then got another one here. Oh no, my bad. So that one must go there, isn't it? Is that right? The MAF sensor. And then that red pipe, that must just go further in to the engine bay, or it comes off for the pod. I've never fitted one of these on the John Cooper works, but we're going to see what it's like.
Original there.
Yeah.
That'll go over here, and this will clamp onto that.
That one?
Yeah. I would say so. I might be wrong, but that's that corner. And that could be pointing down.
Right, let's. We're going to take it apart. It's this one here.
Yes.
You've got to take off the actual airbox and then unclip that.
And then you got them two.
Take off that little one in there, and it's that little one there. Mate, look at the size of that toolbox. Look at all the stuff you got in there.
That's a 10, so that's the wrong one.
Mate, my toolbox is a bread bin.
It's missing a few bits. Well, we've got a couple bits in the car, a couple bits at home.
Yeah, but that's mega. Mine's like a little bread bin in the garage.
This is the portable
Dad's trusty toolbox. So that's what we need. What one's that? What you got?
Nice. 10mm.
10mm. Fantastic. Alright. So we're going to be taking off that bolt there and that bolt up there. Getting this out? I don't think that one properly comes out, does it? So now, if I'm right in saying so, there's a clip there. Pop the clip in and then it just pops out like that. Then now you should be able to see your intake from underneath. Alright, yeah, if we undo that bolt then, it's that one there next to the airbox, size 10. It's probably worth mentioning as well, keep your bolts up there, you don't want to have them knocking around or falling in your engine bay. It's always safe to keep them out of the way. Next bit, take off the airbox. I'll slip that clip off there. So that's a T20 and we're going to take that out. That's the MAF sensor there. Don't lose your nuts, ladies and gentlemen. Don't lose your nuts.
Not this early into the game.
No. And now we've got another one as well, haven't we? One more. Cool. Yeah, definitely don't lose your nuts. Put them up there. Gosh.
Not this early in the game.
Right, try again. Here we go. Second bolt. Yes, and he's out. Beauty. Right, next bit. Take the MAF sensor out and then pull the airbox off. So it's worth mentioning for this bit, we're going to be taking off the airbox. Then we're going to be taking this part off. You can take off that clip there and pull it straight through and out, but we're going to be doing it piece by piece just so we can create more space and for ease really of parts and pulling them out, because this pipe here, it looks like that's not a normal Jubilee there. I don't really know, I'm not really mechanical as such, but yeah, it's a different type of clip in there, so we're going to try and venture our way in and find out what sort of clip that is. But yeah, take your airbox off, then that, or just take the whole lot.
Now you it's a 7.
Oh, 7. No, that's alright. Right, that one's a 7 then.
A second.
That Jubilee clip is a number 7. So now that Jubilee clip's loose and we can now pull off the airbox. Happy days. So you can see that in the engine bay there was one pipe that come down here. That pipe up there is a flathead one, so you can see, hold on, it grips. So as this bit goes over the top, it clampens on itself like that. So you need to get the flathead on those two prongs, you can see on the left and right of the hole there, and then pop it up, and when it's popped up, that will then ping open like this, and then that will then stay on the pipe, and then you'll be able to wriggle, and that pipe should just pop out, and then you'll have it in your hand, which is right there. So that's the old pipe, and then this is the new one. So you can see that the difference between the two. So you've got plastic, flexi plastic, silicone hosing down to a hard pipe there with the Airtec logo on, which is nice, and then obviously your mass sensor plug-in with the 2 screws provided. Yeah, looks really good. So we're now going to put the flexi pipe over the top in there first, tighten that down, feed it round, then we're going to work onto the second bit here, and then that way then we're working from the furthest bit back forward. Alright, so we're going to have a little fiddle around with this, and we'll check back in with you on how we've done it. So we fitted the silicone pipe, that got on there with a Jubilee clip. Obviously you can see there that we've left the Jubilee clip exposed. We're going to put the heat shield in, which is here. Got your bolt here, that goes underneath. Yeah, so you've got 2 holes. That's it, one there, one there. They then go one there, one there. That'll then hold it in place, and then with a couple of extra bolts and stuff, you'll then put it in. Then that clip will go onto that bit there. So what we're going to do now is going to put the heat shield in quickly. The best thing I'd say is to slide the heat shield underneath the piping, so that that gap there can go in without having to lift that up too much. So it's just quickly worth mentioning that that is an Allen key. You're going to need an Allen key to tighten those bits onto the bottom of the heat shield. But as I said, we're going to do a time lapse, and I'll catch up with you after we've done it. It's in. So you're going to need 7 or 5 mil? 5 mil. 5 mil Allen key. That will then go into the holes at the bottom. I'm going to quickly do a time lapse, and I'll catch up with you after we've done it. Right mate, if you stick that in, so as we said, got the hard pipe, put that over the top of the metal. Like that then goes in. And you push it in. Jesus, that sounds quite good. So you can see that the heat shield is now in, it's in place. The 2 bolts we done earlier, they're in. You just push them down obviously onto them white circles we showed you. That bit pops down over the top like that, fits on there like a glove, and then obviously we've got to sort this out, align it, get it down the middle, still tighten that Jubilee clip. Obviously you're still keeping that loose. We need as much play as possible, and we might need that to go further inside the silicone hose. And to add on, we added the bracket as well. So that was a 7 mil, wasn't it? There was 7 mil and a 10 mil to obviously fit the bracket. That then stays on there. That ain't going nowhere, absolute nowhere. So happy days. We'll catch up with you in a minute. We're just going to sort out the main pipe. We have just fitted the pod filter. We've fitted obviously the hard pipe and the silicone pipe earlier. We had to readjust it. The only thing that we've noticed is that you get a lot of this. You can imagine when you're going over a bump, you don't want to be hearing that in your car. So we're going to look at putting some tape in there, double-sided tape, something like that. We're going to let you know what we're going to do. I think we're going to go with 3M tape, maybe some electrical tape, and build it up. But I don't really fancy driving along and hearing that. What we've done, as we said, we've got some double-sided tape, we stuck it in there. So you can see that, yep, there you go, bit squidgy. It's stuck to the pipe and it's stuck to the edge. Now we don't know, we're trying to work it out if we had the pipe on twisted at the right angle, but it is, we followed the instruction manual, so I'm assuming that if anybody has got one of these, that they probably had the same issue. That's how we fixed our issue. It's not a bodge job or anything like that, it's basically just a foam pad that's stuck to the edge, so it stops that hitting against the edge there. We're now going to put the mass sensor in, and we're going to get some clips of the noise. The sun's gone down now, we've been out for a while trying to have a go at it. It's looking really good, to be honest. I'm really happy with it. You stand back, you can see the engine bay there, and we had had to. It was absolutely essential to have the Airtec on show. Looks fantastic. Obviously you've got the Airtec on the pipe there, then got a bit of silicone hosing that runs down and out. So yeah, we just put it back on. Obviously we put the pod filter back on, tightened up the Jubilee clip, and then the last clip we done, which we was telling you to save, was this one here. We needed a bit of play in here throughout the process to put the hard pipe on. But yeah, you can tighten that up now, and obviously if you haven't already, put your pod filter on, and don't forget your MAF sensor to put it in properly. So what we done, we struggled with the MAF sensor just to push it in. Obviously it's a tight area, so what we done was we tightened that bolt and that bolt at the same time, like a quarter twist at a time, and then eventually it just popped in. We're now going to give it a rev in mid mode. Go on, mate. That sounds decent, that. Here we have a wild Nathaniel live reaction of the pod filter. Jesus, mate, that sounds mental, doesn't it? So that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Fitting the pod filter, it weren't too much of a hard task, but we did get there in the end. And if you do need any help or anything like that, go down in the comments, drop a comment, and me or my friend might be able to help you out. So we're going to end the video on one more noise from the induction kit. Let's have a listen. Go on, mate. Yeah, go on, one more. Jesus, right, we'll see you in the next video.